Information and communication technology has been described as the economy of the future. Well, just how prepared is West Africa for this digital future? I caught up with Joseph Sam, an offering manager at IBM, for this discussion.
Looking at West Africa, right, I think we are slightly lagging behind compared to others like East Africa, South Africa. Right, I've had the opportunity of visiting some of these countries, and you can see that it's not just a question of how many people are into ICT or what has come out of ICT, but it's more of a mindset. In other parts of the region, you see people, it's reported that, for instance, in East Africa, 22% of the youth consider ICT as the way to building a budding career, right? We cannot say the same of West Africa. So I think West Africa still has a lot more to do to embrace ICT, to have that mindset that ICT is the future.
Now, what would you consider a major hindrance to this realization?
I guess it's, first of all, a question of illiteracy. People are simply not aware. People still think that ICT is something just for a few and do not see how ICT is driving the world today. So that's the first thing. The other thing I would say is that probably access to technology. People do not have access to the cutting-edge technology today that is transforming business models, that is causing disruption all over the world. People do not see that ICT is the way for them to be here in West Africa but participate in the global economy. So when we're able to address that by providing access to technology, then people would jump on the ship.
Now, it's all about trends in the ICT space. What trend do you think West Africa should pursue at this point in time?
I would say majorly digital literacy is what we should pursue, right? Making sure that people can access technology anywhere and everywhere they are at any time. And not just having the platform or making digital literacy an agenda, but making sure that the right technology is being offered, right? So Lagos should consider technology like cloud computing, artificial intelligence, things like Internet of Things, and even blockchain technology, because blockchain is set to do to transactions what the Internet did to information.
Take a state like Lagos, for instance, setting up innovation hubs across the state. Now this, in some cases, or in most cases, will reach out more to students outside the four walls of its universities. Now, how best do you think a country like Nigeria can tackle digital illiteracy within its institutions?
So I think whilst the students are in the four walls, I think one of the proven models is when there is that public and private partnership between the government and other organizations. We see it happening today, for instance, where companies like IBM is running what we call the Africa University Program. So we target students who are still in university. We go then offer free courses, free tuition, and we train them, we certify them in some of the leading technologies. So when they come out of school, these guys are already certified in relevant technology. They come out, for instance, as IBM certified cloud application developers, IBM certified security intelligence analysts, IBM certified data scientists, and many more. So it's about collaborating with other ICT organizations like IBM to make sure we can take this to the students while they're still in school.
Lagos State, of course, is known to be the 5th largest economy in Africa. Now it's looking to set up coding centers across the state. Talk us through the opportunities coding offers an economy like Lagos and Nigeria as a whole.
It's interesting because IBM has a point of view that in the economy of the future, coders or developers will be at the top of the pyramid as far as the in-demand or the in-demand skills are concerned. Right? So we see it as a step in the right direction, right? Getting people to learn how to code. Once you can code, that means all you need to do is envision the future and let code make it happen. So I think it's a step in the right direction once they can get that critical mass of people trained on how to write programs, how to code. But more importantly, not just to code, but to be able to write code to solve problems. Then we will be getting there.
What is the future for ICT in Nigeria and West Africa? So
the future for us, we see, is a scenario where we have trained enough students, we have trained enough trainers within the university so that this becomes a self-sustaining model. And then over time, we have a plethora of people, or a pipeline of people with sufficient skills such that they can actually start to make a difference and contribute to the growth of the economy in West Africa.
Now, speak to this point. ICT is the economy of the future.
Absolutely. ICT is the economy of the future, because if you think about it, we went from blue-collar jobs to white-collar jobs. Now we see a shift where we have what we call new-collar jobs. These are jobs that demand people who are technology aware, people who have an agile mindset. Now those type of skills, right, are not the traditional skills you will get from, say, a four-year degree, right? These are skills where people need to have knowledge in things like data science, in analytics, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain, among others, right? And what is common across all of these is ICT.
And that was Joseph Sam, an offering manager at IBM.